morning, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Wave Network and Sports Corner with the Conn Man. I am your host, the Conn Man. And with me this evening, I have with me a very, truly special guest. And he goes by the name of Danny Santana. Danny, how you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing good, Michael. Good, man. I'm very blessed and honored to have been invited upon your show today.
Now, folks, let me tell y'all something real quick. I have a sports show, and that my show relies specifically on sports. But because I have the network and the platform that allow me to bring basic people that I know or that I would love to have come on my show to make an impact. And this evening, folks, we have someone here who's definitely making an impact. And that's why I wanted him on the show. It's about giving him his flowers. I want him to be known, the viewers to get a good idea about my man, Danny. I'm honored and privileged to have him on my show. And this is very emotional for me. So I want to thank Danny for coming on. Now, Danny, for the viewers who don't know, and by the way, which I didn't even know, my man is not doing 2, 3, 6,000 views. He's getting over 700,000 views. It's incredible. That's not the reason why I wanted you on the show, but I wanted you to tell your truth from the get-go, your journey, your grind. I want you to let the viewers know what's going on.
Absolutely. Michael, man, I gotta say, man, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. About 4 years ago, I was homeless, addicted to crack, facing life in prison. I went through some very dark moments in my life. I ended up going to prison, ended up facing trial, 30 to life, beat at that trial. When I came home October 12th out that trial, I made a promise that I was going to spend the rest of my life dedicated to these youth. I'm 42 years old, and I spent 17 years in prison, and what do I have to show for it? I've been shot 3 times. I've been stabbed 12 times. I faced death maybe 6, 7 times in the 40 years that I've been alive, and God has me here for a reason. With the glory of God, when I was in jail in my darkest moments, that's where I truly found myself, my brother. When I was in that belly of the beast, facing 30 to life, with nobody standing beside me, no family, no friends. The only person beside me was one person. Her name was Jessica Samora, and she's a board member on ITY. And my lawyer, who now sits on my board, Peter O'Connor. They're the only people that stood by me and fought for me because they believed in me. They believed in the work that I was doing out here. I was sober for 12 years. 12 years sober. And I ended up some back dark times, and I ended up relapsing.
Mm-hmm.
In my relapse, I ended up getting stabbed 9 times. I almost lost my life. I ended up going to jail on attempted murder and gun possession. I was tried, and I beat my cases. And when I came home, I made a promise that I was going to change my life, that I was going to dedicate whatever time I had left on this earth to giving back to the youth, to show them that there's a better way out there. All you got to do is have faith, and have faith in yourself. The reason why the crime rate is so high amongst the youth, and why there's so much disparity and so much confusion, is that these youth don't have faith in themselves. They don't have somebody older. They don't have a mentor telling them, you can do that. You can be that. If that's what you want to do, you can be that. Let me show you how to do that. You want to be a judge? You can be a judge. Hey, you want to be the president? You can be the president. Let me show you how to do it, young brother. But we ain't got enough brothers. We ain't got enough OGs out here doing that. We ain't got enough brothers my age coming up and lifting up a younger brother. What are we doing? We seeing these kids out here at Ashmore Station attacking the old, women, homeless people, grown men that talk about that they thug, that they lived that life, that they done. Will just stand right there and watch a group of kids take advantage of a senior citizen woman, of a pregnant woman, of a homeless man, and not say nothing. I'm not okay with that. I've never been okay with that. I remember times when I was growing up, and if I came out my mouth to my mother at a supermarket, and OG didn't know what approach me, young blood, I know you ain't talking to your mother like that.
Right.
Show this woman some respect and say you're sorry. Didn't even know him. But because I was acting out of character, he stepped in like, yo, I know you ain't talking to your mother like that. How many times have we been on the MBTA or at a supermarket and we see these young kids, 11, 12, 13, 14, talking to their parent, disrespectful, with that audacity like they run the show? You know what happened? When they put out that law, when DCF did that BS law that the parents could no longer discipline their children, that if they put their hands on their children, they catch, that's what changed it all. Because now these kids think that all they got to do is go down 911. Oh, you hit me, I'm going to call the cops. You're going to go to jail. Right? Society created this. This problem that we got in society with the youth, they got no respect for authority. They created that. Not to say that we're not to blame, because we do got to take some blame in this. But let's talk facts. Okay?
Yeah.
Before they did that law, how many young kids did you witness disrespecting their parents out in public, or disrespecting authority figure at that?
Not many. I guarantee you that. Now, before we go that, but what I want you to do, okay, you got out of prison. You said you beat the case. What happened then?
So I got out of prison. The first day that I got out, I was homeless. Didn't have a pot to piss in or when to throw it out. I did what I had to do for myself. I went to Father Bill's and was that Father Bill's every day for 3 weeks straight at 3:45 to ensure that I had a bed. Because if you got there after 4:30, there was no more beds. Right? So after 2 weeks, I ended up getting a job at McDonald's as a manager. That solidified me having a permanent bed at the shelter.
Okay.
After a month of working at McDonald's, they moved me into a hotel for 4 months. I left the hotel on Christmas Eve of 2022. I signed up for Justice for Housing in February of 2023. And in July of 2023, Justice for Housing, after I waited 15 years on the waiting list for housing, finally helped me to get my voucher to get my Section 8.
Wow.
Me getting my Section 8 allowed for me to have a peace of mind that I didn't have to worry about where I was going to lay my head at, to now concentrate on what I really wanted to do with my life, what my passion was, what my desires were. My desire was to give back to my community. My desire was to teach the youth what my older brothers didn't teach me. To learn as much as I can learn so that I could teach forward the way I would want it, one of my older brothers, one of my Latin King brothers to teach me, or one of my blood brothers to teach me, or forget that, even my own father who didn't teach me. I want to learn as much as I can. So everything that I learned about becoming financially independent, financially educated, I could teach all of the youth that I reach. This is why I'm doing what I do out here. ITY runs 6 programs under that umbrella. I run the largest youth and adult gang mentorship program. I run a youth sex advocacy awareness program. I run Feeding the Hungry, where we go out twice a week, most of the time at night, between 10:30 and 1 in the morning to feed them out there. I happened to feed them early that day because I happened to have gone to work at a company called Whoop.com, and they had a massive amount of food left over. And the manager, I had explained to her what I did. I had explained to her about my nonprofit. And she was like, you know what? I want to support you. I want to donate this food because I know you put it to a good cause. So that same day, 20 minutes after receiving that food, I found myself on Mass Ave feeding the hungry the way that we usually do. Now, I never usually film it. The reason why I chose to film it that day was because there was other people out there filming them, but filming them negatively,
Right,
filming
right.
them filming them talk about, look at how dirty and smelly they are. Like, why does the city allow these people? You know, talking about these people in such a derogatory way that I took it offensive. And I took it offensive because they look at me like this and they're like, oh, he's part of us. No, I'm not part of you. I'm part of them. I was a resident of Methadone Mile. I was from that community. I'm not part of you. I'm part of them. So I went on live to show the humanity that still exists in that community. Because we're lost in addiction doesn't mean that we're not God's children. Because we're lost in addiction doesn't mean that we don't have compassion and love for one another. Because we're lost in addiction doesn't mean that I don't deserve to be treated like an individual. So when I heard these people talking how they was talking, that infuriated me. And I looked at them and I said, you know what, those people that you're talking about, that's my community you're talking about. And I'm gonna show you the difference of what you guys are doing right now. 10 minutes later, I set up the table, set up the food. Do you see how happy those people are whenever they see ITY out there? The minute they see the brand ITY, they know what time it is. I got guys that nobody want to go because they see them getting high. Step right
Mhm.
up. Danny, what do you need? How can I help you? Form a line. Be respectful. Take one plate at a time. I don't need volunteers. I get my volunteers from my own community. And people look at that like, yo, what are you doing? No, I don't need none of that. People telling me to wear a mask. Why do I got to wear a mask? That's my community. I'm not worried about catching something. Yeah, I'm going to wear gloves because we're dealing with food and that's,
Exactly.
OSHA safety. And But with that being said, I'm not going to treat nobody from that community any different than I would want to be treated myself. So we feed the hungry at night. We feed them during the day. Whenever any company calls me that knows what I do, is like, Danny, we got food. We know what you do. Come pick this up. I'm gonna go pick it up. And nine out of 10 times, it's only me and my assistant out there. Just me and Renee out there.
Damn.
And that's okay. That's okay. Because whenever that community sees this brand out there, they know what it is. And they come. And what I love about them is that they're all so grateful afterwards. Danny, thank you. You're the best. I was so hungry. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for caring for us. Because I remember what it was being high out there, wasting all my money on drugs. And then
Mhm.
I'm down to the last $3 and I ain't ate in 3 days. And my stomach is stuck to my chest. I remember those nights. I remember what it was. Freezing, hungry, thirsty, fighting that monkey on my back. Insane thoughts like, damn, what am I gonna rob to? I remember those days. But you
Now,
know what? I don't
you overcome your
anymore.
addiction.
Because God is good and God has blessed me with more than enough right now. I don't get paid for nothing that I do. I ran 2 youth summer programs, 2 years straight, very successful. The first year I ran a gang mentorship program with 100 kids and successfully graduated 88 out of 100. Due to funding issues, the next year I couldn't take 100 kids, but we
Wow.
took 15 kids. All my 15 kids graduated successfully. They
Wow.
learned organic agriculture. They learned financial literacy. They learned civic engagement and responsibility. They learned entrepreneur and leadership. This is what I taught my kids this past summer. I had them passing out food. I had them cleaning up neighborhoods. I had them volunteering at the soup kitchens. I had them volunteering at Salvation Army. You know, these are kids. The majority of them are all court involved. all have open cases,
Mhm.
are all considered to be high risk and a liability, the majority of the other programs in Boston won't accept these kids because they have open cases and they're considered a liability. Not us. I ain't got no problem working with that demographic. Matter of fact, that's the only demographic I want to work with because that's the demographic that needs me the most. And that's why I have ITY, which stands for when I'm dealing with the youth, inspiring today's youth. When I'm dealing with adults and returning citizens, because I do a lot of work with returning citizens, we give the city a lot of technical support that we do not get paid for at all. We take guys to get their license. We take guys to get their permits. We take guys to get clothes. I take guys in my house, into my office to do resumes, to go do cover letters. If you're going for a job interview, through our connection with Solutions at Work, we get your work attire. If you need to get your license to OIC and the registration and child star education, we can get you your IDs and your license. If you want to get back to school and you don't have your GED, through Excel and the collaboration through Excel, we get you into a stipend program that'll pay you to take your GED. And then after you're done with that, if you want to continue to further your education, I get you into ORC or Bunker Hill for free. My brother, what do you want to do? How do you want to extend your education? How can I help you to inspire you to further your life financially so that you don't ever have to return to become a returning citizen? Let me teach you about how to raise your score, your credit score. Let me teach you what it takes to open up an LLC or what it takes to open up a nonprofit or to have your own company, whether it's a carpentry, cleaning, the laundry, whatever it is. We provide it all. You want to get into the trades. What trade you want to get into? Carpentry, labors, electricity, apprenticeship. What do you want to get into? We have all that. You want to get your CDL. Where do you want to go? You want to go work for the MBTA, or do you want to work with these three different truck companies that we have partnerships with that are hiring returning citizens and helping them get their CDL? This is the stuff, the technical support that we provide the city of Boston. I've been out here since 2017 doing this work. I just became a 501c3 certified February of this year. Our EIN number, there was a miscommunication. So for the last 7 months, a lot of people couldn't verify that I was actually a 501c3 because my EIN number was to inspiring today's youth and not to inspiring today's adult.
Right.
Now that we are an official 501c3, we can provide anybody that wants to do a tax write-off donation with an I-990 form to file for taxes. We have a website that's connected straight to the organization bank account. We have the Cash App, the PayPal, everything connected straight to. We have a board of 9 that sits on our board. Peter O'Connor, who's the criminal law, has his own criminal firm. Jessica Samara, who works as the executive administration for the Boston Public Health Police Department. Ketsy Carabella, who's an outreach recovery coach working for the Boston Public Health Commission at BMC with the shelters of returning citizens. Javon Tooley, who does Corey expungement and concealment for guys that are coming back and want to get their record sealed and expunged. We have one of my youth that graduated from my youth program a year ago, who is now 23, who is the youngest person on my board and is also the youth, the voice for the youth in the community, Yamine Yeners, who also sits on my board. We have Sandy Valdez, who is part of Justice for Housing and does a lot of work with returning citizens and ensuring that people have the proper advocacy for housing, who sits on my board. You know, my board members are phenomenal. Rich Stallman, the executive CEO of Project Right, sits on my board. Derek Dames, lives are meant to be changed. God bless that brother. I love that brother with all my heart. Trying to convince me on my board. And I believe he is going. He's going to come be a part of ITY's board. You know, but I got people that have been doing the work in the community for real, for real. We do the work. We don't get paid for it. And I'm okay because I know it's gonna come. But I do the work because it keeps me to stay focused. I do the work because it keeps me to remind me that I gotta stay sober, that this is what I do, and this is what I gotta do to maintain sanity. Never mind anything else, but sanity and self-care. Because mental health is the most important things for individuals like me who are returning citizens back into society. If we do not take the time to do proper self-care and work on our mental health, we are no good to ourselves or to anybody in society. And this is what I teach all the returning citizens I work with personally, mentoring them individually.
You know something, Danny? I'm so proud of what you've done and what you're doing right now. I'm damn speechless. I don't know. I am shocked at all that you're doing right now. I know you don't do it by yourself, but I guess I want you to give the viewers, I guess, some understanding what it entails that you do.
Wow.
So,
What
I know.
don't I do?
I know.
I we I sit on a number of task boards in the city of Boston. We sit on Reverend River Baker's Gun Violence Task Force. We sit on the MBTA Youth Violence Task Force. We sit on Cindy Dick's Alternative to Violence Task Force. I have created the Ashmouth Youth Violence Collaborative, and we're going in collaborations with other youth violence collaborative like Nubian Square Collaborative, Cindy Dick's, and a couple other task forces that are created in the city. Um, we've also done a partnership with Victory Outreach, which is a phenomenal new ministry that's out in the city, out of California, doing a lot of work with the youth, changing lives in the forms of returning citizens who are addicted to drugs or who are ex-gang members that want to change their life, that want to get their life to Christ and to teach the ministry to the kids. That's what we're doing. We're teaching the kids, you can rap, but let me teach you how to do Christian rap. Let me teach you how to do a rap
You're
that has
amazing.
meaning in the song. Not this garbage stuff that we be listening, this drill music, this garbage these kids be listening to. Let me have you listen to some real Christian rap that's going to turn your mind upside down that you can't deny. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about offering these kids, exposing them to the opportunities that they should be exposed to. My youth that I'm working with, exposing them to the black colleges, the HBU, Hampton, all the black colleges that are out there. Letting them know you want to go to that school, you can go to that school. Why? Because you deserve to be a part of that school. You deserve to get that education. It doesn't matter that you're poor from the projects, that your mother's an addict, your father's a gang member in jail, or your mother's. No, it doesn't matter what background you come from. You can do whatever you want as long as you got the belief that you can accomplish it. And if you don't believe it, I believe it in you. And I'm going to stand by you until you can believe it in yourself. That's why we're called Inspiring Today. Because we're not just inspiring today's youth. We're not just inspiring today's adults. We're inspiring today overall as a community. That's why I'm called ITY. That's why I do what I do in the streets. Because I wish when I was making those bad choices as a younger man in life, that my older brother David Santana was still alive, because he's the only one they cared to be like, yo, what you doing? Nah. And he didn't have a problem throwing their hands with me or
Hmm.
be like, no, I'll put a beat. I'm the big brother. You're gonna listen to me. If I'm becoming the state police, your ass is going to the military. My life might have been different and my brother might have still been alive. That he wasn't. Took a role that led me to a lot of hardship, a lot of suffering, and I'm blessed to be alive. And that's why I don't take nothing for granted. Nothing that I do, the people that I service, people that I hope. God is good every day. God is good every day.
Now,
Addiction,
I did
disease, that's the I fight that. But
right.
I stay, what's the word that I'm looking? I stay consumed and chasing sobriety. I stay consumed and chasing the fact that I have to be the example. I gotta be the one to show them. If I can do it, you can do it.
Right, absolutely. Now, Danny, I worked 30 years in prison. I worked. And the people that you're talking about that don't get the help or don't get the needed resources, they're going to end up at my place. You know what I mean? I know where you're coming from. But now I'm going to play devil's advocate for you. I'm a young man. I'm in the gang. I'm a gang banger. I see this show, Sports Carnival with the Conn Man. I see my boy Dane Santana out there doing the damn thing, but I'm part of the gang, bro. You know, I'm still part of a gang, but I want to be with you, Danny. But I'm part of a gang. How can you
It
help?
doesn't matter. Okay, where you from? First of all, when you're doing this type of work, you gotta know what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. If you ain't got no type of training or understanding about how the streets work, you
Mhm.
shouldn't be doing this work because it becomes dangerous for you. I could do what I do because I'm from these streets. I could do what I do because my credibility in these streets it's for real, for real.
Mhm.
Okay. And I don't play both sides. I don't play both sides. When I was doing things wrong, I was doing things right. I'm doing things wrong. Now that I'm doing things right, I stay doing things right. There's no 1 foot here, 1 foot there. No, because people see through bullshit. Okay? Just like I see through bullshit. People see through bullshit. You know?
Mhm.
So I got both feet planted on this side because this is what I'm devoting my life to for the next 20, 30, 40 years, whatever I have left in life. I want the rest of my life to mean something. I want to leave a legacy that's respected and remembered when I die. When I die, I want ITY to exist for the next 200 years. That's why I do what I do. That's why I service how I service. We're feeding 200 families, 500 youth. I got 300, like 415 youths all set. 12 and under, 415 youths, no problem. Toys, gifts. And we're not talking about how these other drives are doing just 1 or 2 toys a piece. No, we're not doing that. These are families in need. These are families who got parents who ain't got the money. You bring your kids to me, I'm not giving you 1, 2 toys. How many kids you got? You got 4? Just give them 4 or 5 toys a piece, man. Merry Christmas. God bless you. God loves you. I love you. Because that's what they deserve. These parents are struggling out there. How many parents got to choose between buying gifts for Christmas and not being able to pay the bills, or paying their bills and having to do without presents for their kids? Come on, the struggle's real out here, my brother.
It
That
is.
struggle's real out here. And if I can help a family that's struggling like that to support them in the time of need, I'm going to do that. It doesn't hurt me to give forward what God blesses me to give others to give me. Look at my house. Look at my house. Look at all the toys that I have in my house. These are all for kids 12 and under. All right? 12 and under. Kids 12 and under are going to have no problem getting toys. What I'm
Uh,
struggling for to get is for 100 youth between the ages of 13 and 17 that need toys or need love and support during the holidays the most. Most of these kids are the kids that graduated from my program. They come from single homes. They come from homes where one parent is incarcerated and the mother has mental illness, so she's not working, and they got to step up and be the parent and be the breadwinner. I got kids that have autism in their family The mothers got so much mental health that they got to be the one to step up to take care of that autism child or the rest of the siblings and cook for them and go and work at night after coming out to school or part-time to have a little bit of money to buy some extra food in the house. I got kids that we got to take to the food pantry every 2 weeks just to ensure that they got food in the house so they're not going out.
Damn.
I kids who are doing the current role in society that they should not be doing. You know, and then I got good kids that are just bored, don't have no guidance, don't have a role model. So they're not involved in nothing positive. So they're at the wrong place at the wrong time, getting involved in things that they shouldn't because they don't have that positive affirmation, that positive model in front of them. Be like, yo, what you doing? Come on. Let me take you out to the movies. Let me take you to the game. Matter of fact, I got this event going on. We're going to go to the arcades. We're going to go-kart riding. Come on, let's go do this. Matter of fact, let me go take you to a peace place of healing at the Louis D. Brown, like we're about to go do tomorrow with a group of kids that I'm taking over there. Or we're going to go to Victory Outreach to youth center that they do on Fridays, and we're going to do competitions in chess and backgammon, and then have a poetry and rap, Christian rap contest and see who does the best. Or we're going to do a cook-off battle, battles of the best, cook-offs of the youth. These are the things that our youth need. That they're not being exposed to no more. What are they being exposed to out there? That garbage rap drill music, that getting high, smoking weed all day, that, oh, let me grab the phone, there's a fight. Oh, everybody got to... What is that?
True.
I don't understand that. What is that? Last year, we had a group of four boys stomping out a pregnant 14-year-old.
What?
My son had to fear, jump in, take them off her. A group of boys, 4, were stomping out a pregnant 14-year-old girl last year. And adults just standing by there watching like,
what?
It ain't my kid. Literally, there was like 6 grown men standing around watching like, oh, that ain't my guy. I ain't getting involved. And then when I come out and say something, they want to get all tough. Oh, don't act tough with me. I'm about that life. Don't act tough with me. You should have acted tough with these young punks out here that were stomping on this girl and you just sat there looking. But you want to sit there and act tough with me. Nah, we ain't doing that. Y'all know what time it is. But they want to sit there and keep their mouth. And the minute somebody says they want to come out their mouth and act tough. Brother, you ain't tough. You ain't gangster. You's a wankster. And you ain't no real man. Because any real man, regardless if that's your child or not, that's somebody's child. Right. You don't sit there and watch it or stomp out a 14-year-old girl. What's wrong with you? Where they do that at? This is why I'm passionate about the work that I do, Mike. This is why I do what I do.
You got me. I can't even talk. Now, I talk a lot of smack. I can't say a goddamn thing. I'm so proud of you and what you're doing and proud that you came on my show. We have quite a lot of viewers. I want to be able to give you your flowers. I want you to tell the viewers exactly what you want to say. I'm going to sit back and let you roll.
What I want to say is, first of all, thank you for tuning in and watching. I've been doing this work out here consistently, hardcore for 18 months straight now. We don't get paid for it. Me, my assistant, my volunteer don't get paid for none of the work that I've done. I put in for about 19 grants, and all of them have been denied. All of them have been vetoed.
Why is that?
We've been taking a lot of programs take advantage. They try to take advantage. You know, I don't let them take advantage of me no more, but they did. They was using me for my kids, for numbers, take pictures, doing events, getting money to do events. You ain't got no kids. How you getting all this money saying that you provide this and that, but you ain't got your own kids, you ain't got your own data, you ain't got your own followers.
Right.
So for a long time, ITY was being used in that capacity. Oh, we're doing this, we need kids. Oh, we know, can you bring us 30 kids? Now, if it took if it's a partnership that works back and forth, that's beneficial to the both of us, I don't mind doing that. But for a long time, it wasn't like that. It
Mm-hmm.
was, all right, what can you do for us? Come do this for us. Oh, thank you. All right, thank you. And that's it. But what about me? I struggle. I got a life too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm financially struggling. Financially struggling. I haven't worked in a month and a half because I'm so focused on doing what I'm doing and stuff. You know,
Wow.
and every time I apply for a job and they know that I'm the director of ITY, they be like, well, if you got your own nonprofit and you're the director, you're doing, why do you want to come work for us? Because I got no money. I need to survive too. I
Right.
could be a benefit to you. What I do, I could bring and make what you're doing and you're doing, and we can make it better and bigger.
Right.
Give me a job. Give me an opportunity so that I can support myself. I don't get that. How many people have I applied for? And no need to mention names because then people start getting in their feelings. I don't care about that. But I'm not going to mention no names.
Okay.
But the facts here, I can work. I do the job. People know that I do the job. But a lot of organizations, instead of seeing me as a partnership that can work collaboratively with them, see me as the competition. And I don't understand that. I don't understand how they do youth mentorship programs, they do returning citizen advocacy programs, they do housing advocacy, will look at another program as a competition instead of as an added benefit. You can't service everybody in the city of Boston. There's too many people in need for that service that you provide. Why
Right.
wouldn't you let another organization that can help provide the same service partner with you and you guys work together? We're building bridges on these gaps in the city of Boston. That new re-entry initiative that was created with the Fountain Fund that I'm
Mm-hmm.
so proud to be a part of. Watch the change in the reentry community that's going to happen because of that collaboration that's been done. Watch the change you're going to see in the city of Boston between the programs that are doing the work that I'm doing and how we're going to start working with each other instead of against each other. This is what we do. This is what I'm about. I'm about the youth. I
I
took
can tell.
250 kids to me. I took 250 kids to the Red Sox. We took 170 kids to West Renee. What's that place? Canopy Lake. I
Wow.
got an event set up for next year for the kids that's going to do no less than 200. And every event that I do for the kids, it's going to be no less than 200 kids, 200 youths in my events. Because that's how I do. When I put on events for the kids in this city, I do it big for them to remember, to have memories that are lasting, that there was a part of something that was positive, educational, that there was exposed to something that exposed them to something that led them to move further in life. None of that was paid for. I didn't get grants and none of that. You know how I paid for that? Raising donations out of can. Bring me the can. Walking around with this like this and a piece of paper amongst my community, knocking on doors. Those that know me and know that I do the work. Can you please donate a little something to help ITY take 250 kids to anime? Can you please donate a little something to help ITY take 250 kids to the Red Sox? Can you please do a small donation to help ITY take 178 kids to Canopy Lake? This is how. And people have told me, oh, don't ever go around asking for money like that because people think you're not serious. Okay. But people that know me, that see me doing the work out there, and I come in front of them with this like this, they know I'm serious. It might only be 10, 15, $20, or maybe $50, which is the most that I've ever gotten on a $50 bill. But it adds up. It adds up to allow me to take these kids to do these events that I do for them. Every penny adds up. And I'm not collecting money and don't know. If I collect money for a purpose, Every dime that I collect is used for that purpose. It's tracked, it's documented, and it's used exactly for that purpose.
Now, Danny,
Well, I got 100 youths between the ages of 13 and 17 that I'm in dire need of support for.
that's
Anybody that's watching this broadcast, anybody that can help me share this broadcast, please support us by donating clothes, sneakers, gift cards, electronics. These things are for 13 to 17-year-olds. Look, you can go directly to our website, www.ityouth.org, and donate directly to the website, or you can go onto our Facebook and look at the donation flyers that we have. Scan the barcode and donate either through Cash App or PayPal. All of it's connected directly to the bank account, directly to the program. We have 100 kids in need of servicing between 13 and 17, and I need the community support. I'm asking the community to please support me in any way that you can. It doesn't matter. Books, one pair of sneakers, a pack of socks, a pack of undershirts, something that I can give these youth that they're gonna need for the holidays.
folks. You're watching this show right now, and you're seeing a man who's doing so many great things for the youth. I hope y'all who are watching respond and give this man some help and what he's doing. And dang, whatever I can do, I got you. And anytime you want to come on this show, you have an open invitation, and we're going to do our best to see what we can do, man, because what you're doing, a lot of people can't or don't know how to do. And seeing you doing what you're doing right now has made a big impression on me. And I'm going to do the best, whatever I can, to help you out.
Con, man. To
Yes,
have met you, Michael. I got a couple kids who are sports fanatics. I got a couple kids who want to get into becoming sports announcers and knowing what it is to do the type of stuff that you do. So I'm looking to talk with you
oh,
offline to see how we could create a workshop where maybe some of the kids that I'm working with can co-host some of these sports shorts with you, and you can start showing them through personal experience what it takes to become a sports show host, announcer, how to work with cameras, how to work with the internet. This is the stuff that I want to expose to kids that I'm working with.
Now, Dan, just I got my boss, my producer, Key Williams. She wants to come on and say a few words, I guess.
So, I'm back here listening. I'm behind the scenes all the time.
Yes.
I can try to send stuff your way, like in bulk, whether it's socks,
Everything,
little like
everything.
supplies,
Drop off.
little like supply. I'm in PA, but I can get it to you. For the kids who want to do, the podcast and stuff, just where to hit Conn up. We can bring them on here one day, or I do a sports show of my own every Wednesdays that we talk about everything. We can bring them up. I also have a little series on the side.
I want to expose my youth to as many opportunities as possible.
I have a series on the side called Who's Next. So if you have any kids that play sports, I do like a 20-minute interview with them, get their goals, aspirations. This gives them skills. Different high school. This gives them skills to have a proper interview when that time comes, because NIL is big. So they can anybody's radio show, podcast, they can put their name out there, but this gives them an opportunity. So I do that with the kids as well. Kids, coaches. So you got Conn's information, he'll pass it on to me. I'll make sure you get some stuff you need. I have a 17-year-old, so if he has some stuff, he always going through shoes. So
man, we search everything, man. I got 10 families with autistic kids, autistic kids that are blind, autistic kids that got sensory issues. I got 8 families, females that are in the domestic violence shelter. that I won't share their information, but I need to get them service. I got 18 fathers for my fatherhood that are single fathers that are part of the program. And there's just so many other families that we're servicing.
I mean,
Mike, honored, man, and I feel humble that you took the opportunity to listen to all of my interviews that I sent you. You
yes.
took the opportunity to read the flyers, read the different things, to investigate on your own what ITY is. You know, thank you so much, brother, because that means a lot to me. That means that I'm out there doing something right, that people finally are starting to notice the hard work that I truly been doing out here for the last 18 months.
You can already tell that you are a man of God. You can I mean, from what I'm seeing, it's like it's giving me inspiration. I always thought I had some, but y'all inspiring me to do do much more. And I'm sure that the people who are watching this are going to want to be inspired to do much more. And I want to thank you for coming on my show.
Interviews, yeah, tell them come on to my page itu.org or Danny Santana and watch my interviews, and please help us by sharing these interviews that they can come across people who can financially support us the way that we need.
You know, I mean, folks, if this does not inspire you, I don't know what else will. He not only talks the talk, he walks the walk. You already know what he's doing. He needs some support. We got to be there for my man. He's doing some great things. And in the end, it's going to come back and benefit us as well. Because we produce, very... Go ahead, give me. You got your show back. Hey, this is your flowers. You got this.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, man. I appreciate you so much, man. I am, like I said, I'm grateful and humble. This is an honor to be recognized like this finally for all the work that I'm doing. And I want to thank you for helping expose what we're doing out here in the city of Boston, because I've tried so hard to get it out there. And a lot of people just don't care to listen. You know, a lot of people are like, hey, you just sound like the other 100,000 people that reaches out to us, you know? And it's like, you know, I'm authentic, and a lot of people don't like me because of that. I'm not a good politician. I can't be a politician because I don't know how to kiss butt, you know?
Right.
I can't shake your hand and kiss your ass and I don't respect it. That's just not me. It doesn't work. And there's a lot of politicians in the city of Boston that know that, you know? And you know, they do what they do. I do what I do, and the city's gonna do what the city's gonna do regardless, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna service my community. And my community are those that are returning citizens, those that are fighting addiction, those that have come from immigrant cultural descent, those that come from mental health disparities, those that come from financial uneducation environments, those that live in a terroristic environment. Because as soon as you step out your house, what are you dealing with? Drug dealers, prostitution, crime, and drugs. So we live in a terroristic environment to begin with. But it doesn't mean that our kids have to be swallowed up in that myth, because they don't. Because they got individuals like me who truly care. And I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to save as many lives as I can. Because this is what this business is about. This business is about saving lives. It's not about anything else. It's about saving lives and helping God's children get back to God. This is what this business is truly about.
Wow. You know, in closing, Danny, because me and you're going to touch base regardless. We're going to be best friends, no doubt about it, and we're going to, help each other out as much as we can. So in closing, what is it that you want to express to the viewers? And again, let them know how they can help support you via PayPal, Cash App, or whatever.
I want to tell my viewers, first of all, if this is the first time that you're hearing about me, research me, learn about me. There's plenty of interviews on my Facebook for you to click on and to watch. Learn about the work that I'm really doing. Don't let me just talk about what I'm doing. I want you to investigate and see for yourself if I'm really doing this work that I'm talking about. Okay. And if you feel in your heart that I'm truly genuine, the way that I'm talking about that I am doing this work, and you can donate, please donate. Whether it's a tax write-off, whether it's just a shirt, a pair of socks, whether it's just a bag with school supplies, everything counts. Everything matters. I have a family in need for everything that you donate. So please donate either through the Cash App or PayPal. And the way that you can find the QR code is going directly onto our Facebook or directly onto the IG, Instagram. You're going to see the flyers with the QR code. Or if you're in a position to make a tax write-off donation, please contact me at 857-221-1497 so we can communicate and I can send to you a I-90 for you to file for your taxes as a tax write-off. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to express my passion, what I'm trying to do in the city of Boston. And remember, ITY is under www.ityouth.org. Facebook, Instagram, webpage, Twitter soon, ityouth.org.
Folks, this has been a very touching show, and I want to thank Danny, man. You kind of made my night because you kept it 100, and I'm sure the viewers who tune in are going to be so impressed with you, and I'm sure they're going to show their support for what you and your crew and what y'all are doing because it's so impactful.
I believe God got me in his hands. I believe God got me in the path that I'm on for a reason. And I believe everything that I do, every blessing that I get is because God made it happen for me.
Hey, amen to that, my brother. Again, I want to thank you. You got an open invitation. Anytime you got something happening, anything you want to do, you want to talk about, you want to bring on some of your kids, have them come on, whatever you want to do, I'm there for you, my brother. And I know my producer, Keith, she already got your back. Anything we can do, please hit us up, let us know. I'm going to kick it with you after the show anyway. But again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on my show because, as I said, basketball sports are great, but this is about life. This is life. This is very impactful. And what you're doing should be commended. And, you need to have the support. And we're going to be about trying to give you that support that you're going to need. And maybe we can expose it to other people who can do the same damn thing. Because this is about life. You know what I mean? I appreciate what you've gone through. And to be where you're at right now, to give back and pay it forward. Because a lot of people don't want to do it. Because when you go out there and you put yourself out there, you're susceptible for being criticized and downplayed. And for you to do what you're doing, you can
say whatever you want. Call me a crackhead. Yeah, I used to be a crackhead. I know that. What this gang member? Yeah, I used to be a what this gang member. I know that. Deadbeat father? Yeah, I used to be a dead father. I know that. You could say whatever you want about me. It's not going to affect me because I don't believe in those lies no more. What you say about me no longer defines who I truly am in life. Exactly. Because who am I? Santana, and I'm a son of God. I'm God's child.
Amen.
Do God's work. That's who I am.
Well, again, I want to thank you for coming on. I'm going to kick it with you after the show. But, folks, I'm sure you guys have been entertained and impressed with my man, Danny Santana. And I'm sure he'll be back on more than one occasion. And I want to thank you, Danny, again for coming on my show. It's been a blessing. Again, I want to thank you, my brother. Folks, thank you all for tuning in to Sports Wave Network and my show, Sports Corner with the Conn Man. As you know, on my show, I like to have my guests make an impact. And goddamn, my man Danny made an impact this evening. So again, I want to thank you, Danny, from the bottom of my heart. I'll be kicking it with you real soon. Sports Wave Network, thank you so much. See y'all next week. Take care. God bless. Thank you, Danny.
God bless. I'm looking forward to talking to you, brother.